Kingsmen baseball is on the air.
Fly ball, center fielder on the run. He can't get to it. That's going to roll to the wall. It'll be extra bases. High fly ball, deep left. That thing is smoke. You got to have a passport to catch that.
Kingsmen baseball is brought to you by Chick-fil-A, Cherry Road, Rock Hill. Outback Steakhouse, no rules, just right. Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company, open happiness. Olive Garden, when you're here, your family. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. And by Substation 2, Cherry Road, Rock Hill, across from Winthrop University. Slice, 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 garden, garden, garden. We'll take a look at today's game, bring you the starting lineups, and hear from Kingsmen Baseball head coach Joe Hudak on the Kingsmen Baseball pregame show. Now, here is the radio voice of Kingsmen Baseball, Stephen Stone.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may happen to be. Welcome into another edition of Kingsmen Baseball, everyone. I'm Stephen Stone, joined by Griffin Leonard, Seth Thieves, our public address announcer, and tonight the Kingsmen return to the friendly confines of your comprehensive high school to face the visiting Catawba Valley Stars. And Griff, tough night last night for the good guys.
Tough night. The Kingsmen were unable to really get it going against the Augusta Clutch, down 7-0 going to the bottom of the ninth. They grabbed a couple runs back toward the end. It wasn't a bad game. They just got outplayed, and that happens. So the Kingsmen have a chance to come back tonight, back at home, their true home, after playing over at Gardner-Webb, like you said yesterday, and against a pretty familiar opponent. We saw them a number of times last year. The Kingsmen will be looking to open up the season series with a win.
Well, and they certainly started another string in the process. Of course, they had a no string going in the last night, but you knew it was going to happen eventually somewhere. But it's good to get that out of the way now, and you start another string. We're going to be going down to Lexington again this Saturday night to face the Glowfish, or at least now we know who they are. And the Kingsmen can continue on their season from there with good fortune, we hope.
Yeah, every once in a while you need a tough game to just, I guess, keep you grounded, right? The Kingsmen started really well, and they'll, of course, look to continue this streak. But a loss every once in a while never hurt anybody. It's the regular season, and I guess for these guys it's always going to be the regular season, so we'll see what they've got tonight.
Well, we'll step aside for our national anthem, come back with our starting lineups and first pitch on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
Well, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Welcome back to your comprehensive high school. Stephen Stone, along with Griffin Leonard. Seth Thieves is here doing some kind of strange dance to my right. And, there are some things, Griffin, you just cannot unsee, and I'm afraid that was one of them. But it's good to be back with you and out of the political world, at least for another 2 weeks, thank goodness. South Carolina's primary was yesterday, as many of you heard, across the country, along with about 4 other states. And we'll have a runoff in 2 weeks between Alan Wilson, the state attorney general, and our current Lieutenant Governor, Pamela Abbott. And the winner will then move on to November and the big showdown. For the visiting Catawba Valley Stars, they are decked out in their red jerseys with the gray breeches, black helmets. They will lead off with Ethan Ardner. He is the second baseman. Once again, make that N&R. Bernard Creaky, who we all know, the DH tonight in number 2 hole. Michael Good is the third baseman, followed by Jackson Steele, the right fielder. Walker Hartley is the shortstop, followed by the left fielder, Wrigley Strong. Cat Finch is the catcher, batting 7th. The number 8 man is Jericho Jones, the first baseman. And Jalen Williams is the center fielder in the number 9 spot. And more, Creaky, Good, Steele, Hartley, Strong, Finch, Jones, and Williams for the visiting Catawba Valley Stars. Their starting pitcher is Austin Dunlap for the Kingsmen. They'll lead it off with their center fielder, Caden McNeil, followed by Brady Yarborough, who plays shortstop tonight. Riley Darby is the second baseman, followed by Alan Benhart, the first baseman. Josh Jackson in left field, batting 5th, followed by Mason Ritzenbaugh, the catcher. Tristan Harless in the lineup tonight in right field, batting 7th. The number 8 man is Davis Anders, the DH tonight. And Gino Lazzari is the second baseman. McNeil, Yarborough, Darby, Benhart, Jackson, Ritzenbaugh, Harless, Anders, and Lazzari for the Kingsmen. And, of course, starting pitcher tonight is Aiden Bisbano, a man that you know very, very well, Mr. Leonard.
Yes, sir. Aiden Bisbano making his second start of his 3rd season with Kingsmen baseball. He's back and he is looking just as good as we've seen him. His first start this season got the win 4 2/3. Gave up 4 runs, but none of them were earned. 8 strikeouts and no walks. Bisbano kept it over the plate very, very well. He's going to try to do so again here tonight.
Well, Bisbano is ready. We're ready. We hope you're ready. And here with the call, take you through the first 3.5 is our friend Griffin Leonard.
Thank you very much, Stephen. 9 innings of baseball here. The Kingsmen looking to rebound after the loss last night. And Bisbano will try to get through the first without any damage as the Kingsmen are in the field in their black uniforms. And the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball. It's high for a ball. Bisbano on the mound. Mason Ritzma, the catcher behind the plate. Then it's Lazzari, Yarborough, Darby, and Benhart around the infield. Natural grass and natural dirt here at York Comprehensive High School.
Game time temperature 84 degrees.
There's a flare shot. Alan Benhart leaps and makes the catch.
That's pretty good stuff there.
Fair territory. It would have been down the line for a bloop and maybe a double. Instead, it's a nice catch and out number 1.
Number 6, Bernard Creaky.
He went right toward the line, and the only thing between the line and the ball was the umpire, and he managed to avoid that and come away with the catch.
Benhart sticking to baseball, not trying to tackle anyone out there today. So 1 out here in the top of the first, and once again, the first pitch is high, this time to Bernard Creaky, who those of you who were following the team last year may remember that name. Creaky, one of the returners to this Catawba Valley Stars team, played for them last year. Creaky waving the bat in the batter's box as the 1-0 pitch hits the knees. It's a called strike, and it's 1-1. Kingsmen 4-1 on the season. Catawba Valley are 1-3. Talking to one of the assistant coaches today for Catawba Valley, he said they're off to a slow start, but the team's having fun. They're hoping to see some improvement as the season goes along. That ball low and away for ball 2. Early in the season, there's some stuff to work out, but as long as you're having a good time out there, that's all that really matters in the end.
Well, you got to remember, all these players, and not just our team, but all of the teams didn't report until about 3 weeks ago.
2-1 pitch.
And some even sooner.
There's a fly ball out to left. Josh Jackson is playing left field today. He ranges to his left side and makes the catch 2 away. A little bit of a shift in the outfield from what we saw yesterday.
Third baseman, number 20, Michael Good.
Last night for the Kingsmen, it was Riley Darby that was playing left field. Now tonight it's Josh Jackson who moves over from second base. Riley Darby and Jackson switch spots with Darby manning the 4 position. 2 outs and a first pitch strike from Bisbano. That's the first time we've seen it get over the strike zone on the first offering.
Nip that outside corner.
Certainly a good sign for Bisbano. He throws the 0-1, and it's hit foul over the chain link fence to the first base dugout side and out of play. It's 0-2. Kingsmen looking for a 1-2-3 first, just like they did last night in the loss to Augusta. Angel Rari was on the mound last night. It's Bisbano here tonight. And here is his 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball hit off the handle and once again foul. This time stays inside the fence line, but it was away from the foul line. Kingsmen in the bottom of the first, as Stephen mentioned right before first pitch. It'll be McNeil, Yarborough, and Darby. Brady Yarborough getting the 2 spot tonight after we saw Mason Ritzma hit there last night. Couple of foul balls in a row from Michael Good, the third baseman, and Bisbano back in the windup trying to get him again with the 0-2. His pitch. And another foul ball. Got just enough of it.
Tough hitter. Tough hitter.
That's one of the most important things you can do as a 3-4 hitter, especially if the guys before you end up going down. You know, you're up there with 2 outs. You'd love to be in an RBI position, but the best thing you can do at that point is start to rack that pitch count up a little bit. Bisbano's at 10 pitches. This is number 11, and it's a slider away to make it 1-2.
Well, that and get on base for that cleanup man.
Well, that would be pretty helpful as well.
Yeah. He's going to back out now. We've seen the clock come to Major League Baseball. I think it's in like a year 2 or 3 now. What are your thoughts on that coming to college?
I've seen it in a couple of. It depends on the division, right? And I know they've had it at the Division I level, and you know it speeds the pace along here as the batter is going to be called for the swing, and that's the first strikeout for Aiden Bisbano. So a 1-2-3 first, and the Kingsmen will be happy about that one. We'll be right back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network as the Kingsmen will hit for the first time when we come back.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today, proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course, that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
We're going to go to the home half of the first inning, scoreless here, and we had asked Griffin Leonard right before we went to the break, and I made the mistake of asking a question about the 2-strike count, which you're right. His thoughts on the clock that has come to Major League Baseball over the past 2-3 seasons and it coming to college.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll be honest, my opinion isn't the most thrilling thing in the world, but I'm happy to resume that thought. And I like it. I think, you know, I love baseball. I've been around baseball for a long, long time. I'm also self-aware enough to know that, hey, a 3-hour, 45-minute, 9-inning game can drag on a little bit. So if there's a way to trim that down half an hour, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Aiden McNeil.
And it's only a matter of time before the shot clock comes to high school basketball. I'm still working on that.
Well, it depends on the state, I've heard. I know Indiana doesn't have it, and there's been a lot of people that have been complaining.
And Kentucky doesn't either, and there's a lot of people there complaining. Or South Carolina. All right, once again, Griffin Leonard.
Bottom of the first, it's Caden McNeil leading it off against the left-handed pitcher, Austin Dunlap. He throws from a sidearm arm slot. And misses inside with the first pitch. It's not quite submarine, but it's definitely further than 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to what we used to see out of Hunter Carroll, if you remember Hunter from last year.
Yeah.
Similar look from the lefty as Dunlap comes home with the 1-0. That one was a little more sidearm, I guess submarine-esque, and it's fouled away by McNeil. Caden hitting an even .400 so far in his 20 at-bats this summer. He had a leadoff single in the bottom of the first in yesterday's game, but he ended up stranded at third base. 1-1 pitch is hit foul once again down the line right side, and it was unable to stay inside the line, so it's 1-2. The Kingsmen, even though the bats have slowed down just a tad, they still have 5 hitters hitting up above .400 or higher through 5 games. That's not too bad. 1-2 pitch to Caden. McNeil hits it in the air, shallow left. Back on it goes Wrigley Strong and Walker Hartley, and it's the shortstop Hartley that makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Brady Yarborough.
Well, he got a little underneath that and skied it. He's over there talking to himself now on the way back to the dugout.
I was talking to Caden earlier today about his swing, and he had mentioned that he wants to try to get the ball leveled out a little bit. He's been hitting a number of pop-ups over the last couple of games, and he's wanted to work on that a little bit as Yarborough gets plunked with the first pitch he sees. That'll put Brady Yarborough on first base with 1 away, and the Kingsmen have the first base runner of the ball game.
We'll take it.
So a man on, a man out. Nothing between the Catawba Valley Stars and Kingsmen baseball.
Riley Darby.
Here comes Riley Darby, one of the newer players to this Kingsmen team. One of the 2 newbies that is becoming increasingly accustomed to what it's like to play for Coach Joe Hudak. He, as I was talking to him the other day, is really enjoying his time out here in the Carolinas so far. First pitch. And Darby takes it inside for a ball. The Sumter man had a good year for the Fire Ants. Over 300 at the plate his freshman season. 1 ball, no strikes. Yarborough on first. He stays put. The ball is on the outside corner for a called strike. As far as where the catcher caught that one, Stephen, it looked outside, but I guess when the ball's coming from a couple inches over to the left, it's got a little more wiggle room to cut through the zone.
Well, that and the deceptiveness of the sidearm delivery also. I mean, it's not only a batter that sometimes is fooled, but the man in the blue shirt. Because the catcher didn't exactly frame that pitch.
The umpire is back in his crouch, and it's Dunlap who goes to first for the second time in a row. Yarborough kept honest over there. The Kingsmen have run the bases very, very well so far this season. They already have 17 stolen bases on the season. In fact, they've only been caught once, and Yarborough was the runner thrown out. There's a ground ball foul.
Well, and as you well know, all Joe Hudak teams are running teams, very aggressive on the bases.
Every single Kingsman has a stolen base except for Tristan Harless, who played his first game for the team yesterday. So, well, I guess we'll give Tristan a little bit of a pass on that one. He's got some time. We'll give him until Saturday, and then I'll get on him about it. Darby fouls it off. It remains 1-2. Darby, then Benhart, then Josh Jackson. The Kingsmen got more production out of the bottom half of their order than they did the top half in yesterday's loss. Darby goes opposite field and fouls it away, so it once again stays 1-2. That's now 3 foul balls in a row.
He's hanging tough. And he's making Dunlap work.
Dunlap already up to 10 pitches. Bisbano got through his first in 12 pitches, 8 of which were strikes. There's Yarborough on the move. The ball's popped up. This could be two. Caught by the second baseman, Antamore. He goes to first, and they've got Yarborough doubled up, and that's a tough way for the inning to end. That is the end of the first. 0-0 on the scoreboard. We'll be right back with Bisbano back on the mound here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Well, we're off to the top of the second inning, scoreless, and once again, Griffin Leonard.
Top two here in York, South Carolina. The Kingsmen are trying to get back on track here after it looked like they had a chance to take the early lead. Ended up doubling up on a line drive double play. So Bisbano's back on the mound, 4, 5, and 6, as the Kingsmen prepare to get the defensive work started once more.
Out for the Stars, the top of the second. The right fielder, number 14, Jackson Steele.
Top two begins with Bisbano facing off against Jackson Steele. First pitch of the inning is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. That is a beauty from Aiden. Bisbano got through the first inning on 12 pitches, a line out, a fly out, and a strikeout. He got Michael Good on the punch out to end the inning. Now he bricks the curveball low in the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. Missed it in the dirt. One ball and 1 strike. Bisbano out of the windup. Fastball, and that is swung on and missed. Strike 2. Bisbano looking for his second strikeout. He's got Steele, Hartley, and Strong here in the second inning. 4, 5, and 6. Bisbano into the windup, kicks the leg, comes home. Fastball, and it's just enough on the foul ball as it stays 1 and 2.
He ran it inside on him, and he fisted it. Over toward the Kingsman dugout on first base side.
Bisbano steadily working back up in velocity. We've seen him in the low to mid-90s over the course of his career, though I know he had dropped a little bit in just the effort of trying to get it a little more consistently over the plate. That one is over the plate, and it's hit into right field for a 2-strike single. Jackson Steele puts it into right field for the first hit of the game for the visitors.
Well, creates the double play opportunity for the Kingsmen infield as both Darby and Yarborough are exchanging glances and instructions there and such.
So we'll see Bisbano out of the stretch for the first time here today. Walker Hartley, the shortstop, is sitting 5th for Catawba Valley, and he steps in left-hand side. Platoon advantage against Bisbano. First pitch, hit foul, third base side, out of play. I see a couple familiar faces down in the spectators today. Anthony Seminara and his dad, one of our academy players, happens to be in town this weekend for a tournament. They're in town from Hilton Head.
Good place to be in town from.
Oh, yeah. A throw over to first. Checks on the runner with Ben Hart applying the tag. Got to chat with both Anthony and his father before the game today. Seminara will be back with the academy next fall. We're certainly looking forward to having back the man who is primarily our starting first baseman for the prospect team this last spring.
All right.
There's Bisbano again to first.
Pretty that's close.
But safe the call.
See, that's not a good angle for that umpire.
It's tough, but it's kind of where he has to be with
no, I get it, yeah.
Crew.
Well, sure. And the scenario of a possible DP.
Umpire positioned sort of in front of Riley Darby over there at second base. There's a line drive back to the screen. That makes it 0-2. Nobody out here top of the second. Both teams have now had a base runner, although the Kingsmen are without a hit so far. It's just a hit by pitch that allowed Brady Yarborough on to first base. Oh, 2 is the count. Nobody out still here in the second inning. Bisbano shakes the shoulders, goes to first base instead. Back safely again goes Jackson Steele. It's number 14 against number 14 right now with Bisbano on the mound. Jackson Steele over at first base.
Steele's playing with fire.
Steele with a decent lead still over there at first base. Now he takes another step or two to extend. And another throw over. Well, another thing, we talked about the pitch count a few minutes ago. The other thing is
the pickoff rule?
Yeah, starting to see a limited number of times you're allowed to disengage and throw over.
That's right.
Of course, that is not in play here tonight. 0-2 pitch, here it is, and it is a foul ball.
Well, Aiden Bisbano having to work here this inning.
And he's only thrown 8 pitches. It feels like more than that because of the
foul
frequent move over to first and the slight delays for a new baseball into the field of play here. That last ball ended up on the JV field adjacent to this one. 0-2, runner on the move. The ball is inside. Good throw from Ritzema. Tag, they've got him.
Told you he was playing with fire.
Ritzema throws out yet another runner. He has been on fire this season. In 6 games now, today being the 6th, he has already thrown out 7 base runners. That's not too bad.
No, that's pretty good.
The 1-2 now gets away. 2 balls and 2 strikes, but because the base runner was just thrown out, there's, of course, nothing to worry about.
Oh. He should have waited one more pitch.
And credit to Ritzema as well, because that pitch was inside, so he had to throw from an awkward arm slot and still delivered it down there in plenty of time. There's a good block as the count runs 3-2. Bisbano's got to be careful now. Three-two pitch. Bisbano gets another foul ball from Walker Hartley, who continues to be a menace at the plate. This count continues to be extended. Now 3-2, another pitch. And Bisbano loses him with ball 4.
First walk out of the night for Aiden.
And first walk of the season.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 27, Wrigley Strong.
That's a frustrating one for Bisbano because he started that at-bat with 3 straight balls that were fouled off. In total, it was an 8-pitch at-bat. He didn't have a single strike hit the mid of Ritzma. All 4 that were not the 4 balls were fouled off. There's a ball hit into center field. McNeil sprints in, dives, and makes a nice catch. Caden McNeil laying out in shallow center, and that's a fancy catch for out number 2.
Well, it's never the stat that shows up in the paper the following day, but yeah, that was a pretty catch.
McNeil with his 2nd consecutive start out in center. He's played both center and left field for both the summer team and the academy team. Josh Jackson, the other center fielder, is in left today. So McNeil makes that play, and now, you guessed it, a foul ball off the bat of Kai Finch. The catcher makes it 0-1. Runner at first and Walker Hartley. Traditionally, a shortstop is going to have a little bit of speed, and Hartley looks like he bends to that stereotype. 0-1. Another foul. 0-2 now. I do wonder, though, after seeing Ritzma throw out Jackson Steele with the relative ease that he did, if they would even try to get Hartley into scoring position. Bottom 2 will see Benhart, Jackson, and Ritzma. The Kingsmen in control defensively, but of course early on in this ball game haven't quite had the offensive opportunity that they're looking to see. 0-2 from Bisbano. Fastball just outside. Wanted the punch out on 3 pitches. He'll have to throw at least 4. So after the borderline pitch, he'll go with a 1-2 against Kai Finch. Jericho Moores-Johns on deck. Bisbano goes to first. This next pitch will be number 30, so 18 pitches, assuming he has to throw another one here in the second inning. He threw 12 in the first. Kingsmen planning to play 9 today. They'll want a good chunk of those from Bisbano. 1-2 out of the hand of the righty. Spiked it. Gloved on a hop by Ritzma, so the runner stays put, 2-2. Bisbano comes set, still out of the stretch with the count 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch is hit foul.
Tough hitters tonight on both sides.
There have been 18 pitches, now 19 pitches thrown by Bisbano. In the second, 8 of them have been foul balls, including 3 this at-bat. 2-2. Slider in there. Called strike 3. Bisbano wraps up the second the same way he did the first. This time the strike zone is used to its entirety. We'll be back for the bottom of the second. Kingsmen back at the plate when we come back on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
scoreless heading into the home half of the second inning here against the Catawba Valley Stars tonight in York, South Carolina. And, of course, this Friday night, an unexpected night off. You've made your plans already. You're going to be attending the World's Football game.
Well, I wish I was attending it, but I'll be watching it in some way.
All right. Well, isn't it up the road here?
It's U.S. plays in L.A. They play
okay. The Los Angeles. Okay. All right.
I'll be down in Atlanta for a game next week.
All right. Very good. So that's as close as it's going to get to us.
Yes, unfortunately.
That's a nice drive down 85.
Yeah. But hey, I'd rather 85, 15 miles east from Gastonia. That would be a little closer for me.
Well, yeah, yes, it would. But that's not the way it works out. Although there's a large contingent of Atlanta Brave fans in this town, this county.
True.
Yeah. Now, of course, we'll have the unexpected night off Friday, as you mentioned, but Saturday we're back to work and headed back down to visit with the Glowfish again in Lexington, and their beautiful ballpark down there. I mean, they're just. I enjoy Lexington. Every time we've been there, it has always been a good experience, and we've never lost.
Ever?
Really? At Lexington.
Hopefully that didn't just jinx the game.
No, I don't do jinxes.
I don't either, but I have noticed that they happen. So, I don't know. Some broadcasters believe in them. I wasn't sure how you felt about the matter. Alan Benhart leading off the bottom of the second inning. The first baseman back at first base. He started there yesterday as well. Takes the ball to start the bottom of the second inning. Still scoreless here in York between the Kingsmen and the Catawba Valley Stars. Benhart taking his first hacks of the game. 1-0 pitch. Slider outside corner makes it 1-1. Benhart was hitless yesterday, but looking to get back on track with a big night here tonight. Kingsmen as a whole just struggled offensively in last night's loss. There's the ball, opposite field side, dipping toward the left center field gap, and it is down. Barehanded by the center fielder Jalen Williams. Benhart cruises into second, and in 6 games, Alan Benhart has his third double.
Well, and that's the way to start the home half of the second inning as well. He just shot it out there into the power alley and left center. And it was Katie bar the door.
The nice thing about hitting the ball opposite field is it tails toward the corner.
Yeah.
So when he hit it relatively close to the center fielder, it just kept on hooking away from Williams that was out there chasing it down, and he was unable to snag it. So Benhart's on second with his first hit of the week. And here comes Josh Jackson, the left fielder, in the 5-hole. First pitch. Jackson hits it foul. Josh Jackson, another bat that's really looking to get going here this season. He's 3 for 14 so far. His on-base percentage is looking just fine. Despite an average under 225, his OBP is sitting right at 500. Squares to bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 1.
That'll get him thinking.
Jackson has a decent amount of speed. You've got Ritzma, Harless, and Anders on deck, all capable hitters. You love to get a couple on here with nobody out. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch coming from Dunlap. It runs inside and hits Jackson. It was a breaking ball. Jackson moved his hips out of the way, and the ball just kept riding inside and nipped him on the way by. A little less solidly than the first hit by pitch when that ran straight into Yarborough.
Mason Ritzma.
So second and first, nobody out. Jackson reaches third base runner of the game for the Kingsmen, their second of the inning. Ritzma, the catcher, was in the 2 spot yesterday. He's back down in the 6 here today, and it'll be a left-on-left matchup here with nobody out, and he squares early to potentially bunt. Gets the bunt down, but foul. Strike 1. See if Hudak gives him the sign again.
I would.
Ritzma is a good bunter. He has executed in a similar situation to this multiple times this season. Ritzma does square again, and that ball
he gets hit. Oh, man.
Wow. Back-to-back hit by pitches and a gift for the Kingsmen. Bases are loaded.
And nobody is out.
No one is out. You're right.
Now batting the right fielder, number 16, Tristan Harless.
Tristan Harless was in a similar situation in his final at-bat yesterday. He batted in the ninth with bases loaded and nobody out, hit it over the right fielder's head for a 2-run double. This is Harless's second game of the season for the Kingsmen. First pitch, outside corner strike. For those who did not tune in yesterday, Tristan Harless, a late arrival to the team, a West Virginia native. He is a Kingsman Academy player. He hits it into left field, hooking toward Wrigley Strong. Catch is made, runner tags. Ben Hart scores on the sac fly. 1-0 Kingsman lead.
And another RBI for Mr. Harless.
Making it happen.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 27, Davis Anders.
So second and first, Ben Hart was the only runner to move up on that last play. The ball was hit somewhat shallow to left, but it was away from the left fielder enough that he was unable to get momentum going toward the plate. Meanwhile, here is Davis Anders. He swings through the first pitch he sees, and it's 0-1. One to nothing here in York. Kingsmen score first after it took them 9 innings to score in last night's game. I think everyone will be a little happy that the offense has come pretty early here tonight. There's ball one. Always nice to see some early runs after a little bit of a slow stretch, wouldn't you say?
Well, we got spoiled in the first couple of 3 games,
That's true. First couple of games this season, it seemed like the Kingsmen would never stop scoring. There's a foul tip, so the ball's live. A double steal executed by the Kingsmen. And now it's second and third. That's Jackson and Ritzma taking the bases. If that ball was out of the glove of the catcher, it would have been a strike and the runners would have had to move back. But because it was caught, it's a foul tip and the runners took the 90 feet. Here's the 1-2. Anders takes low. For the base runners, that is each their second stolen base of the season. Ritzma and Jackson had one apiece prior to tonight's game. They are in prime position to score. Davis Anders has come up with some big hits this season. He's hitting .474 over the first couple of weeks. 2-2. Breaking ball sat on and popped up. It is foul.
I like our odds.
The only thing that has been difficult for Anders has been the strikeout numbers, so he'll be looking to put it in play here, and he does so. He hits it high in the air to left, sending back strong toward the gap. That ball's down. 1 run will score. Here comes Ritzma for a second. Davis Anders sits on a hanging curveball and drives in 2 runs on the extra base hit. 3-0 here in the second for the Kingsmen.
Well, when it rains, it pours, and hitting is contagious, as you so often hear.
Number 7, Gina Lazare.
And suddenly a 3-0 game.
That ball was hit high in the air. Initially, it looked like it might have had a chance to get out. It hung up just a little bit, but it was hitting the perfect spot where none of the outfielders could get to it. It's the second double of the season for Davis. And here is Lazare, who takes ball 1 as the Kingsmen continue to step in the right direction offensively. Looking to rebound after a tough loss last night. Playing 9 innings today, but I know the vibe in the dugout going into today with the heat. I think the Kingsmen want to wrap this up in 7 if they can.
Well.
If they can put together a couple innings like we've seen them do so here in the second, they'll be well on their way to doing that. 1-1 from Dunlap to Lazare is outside. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. video here, as you'll notice, the camera up here in the booth with us for the first time here at York this season. So Lazari swings through that one. We had it at Gardner-Webb twice. This is the first time that I've had both the camera and Stephen Stone with me.
There you go. Does it get any better?
I have my cake and I can eat it too.
There you go.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Gino Lazari at the bottom of the order. Sidearm from Dunlap, fouled off, and the ball awkwardly bounces off the chain link, up on top of the fence, and then over it. Physics is a weird thing sometimes.
It sure is.
I'm glad I went into broadcasting.
Yeah, I was not designed to be a rocket scientist.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from the lefty. Breaking ball, sat on, lifted, and it is down the line, just foul. Anders would have scored had it stayed inside the line, but it was not to be. It was close, and it left us on edge waiting for that ball to drop to see which side of the line it fell on. Unfortunately, the way this field is configured, the foul line is just about in line with the support pole on the chain link fence as Lazari grounds another one, this one clearly foul. So it's difficult for you guys to see from home, and then it's difficult for us to see here in the booth. But it's kind of out of our control unless we prop up the dugout or prop up the press box a little bit. 2-2 to Lazari. That's high. A really good take there from Gino as the count runs full. Now 35 pitches for Dunlap. Full count with 1 away. The lefty digs in as the pitch flies outside. Anders moves to third. He's going to get the wave initially, and then the stop sign is put on. Lazari takes second. How about that from the Kingsmen? Heads up base running from Gino Lazari. Was running hard on ball 4, which you should if the ball gets by. And then when he saw that the catcher still had it, or perhaps Preston Hudak saw that the catcher was a little slow to get back there, and he waved Lazari down to second. So no double play opportunity, and it's second and third for the Kingsmen. McNeil takes high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. McNeil digs in. The ball misses high for ball 2. Hitters count. Caden McNeil swings through a big sweeping curveball. That probably looked like a watermelon on the way inside. Those high pitches sit and they float at the top of the zone. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's ball 3 inside to Caden. McNeil, his first at bat, popped up to the shortstop. Second time through the order here in just 2 innings. That's always a good sign. 3-1 pitch with runners on second and third. McNeil fouls it off. I believe that was off his body.
Yeah.
Bounced into fair territory. The catcher had gone after it, but it is 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Infield is in for Catawba Valley. 3-2 pitch off the handle. It's foul.
42 pitches for Dunlap. Second inning.
He got through the first relatively efficiently. Only faced 3 batters. This is the 7th hitter here in inning number 2 for the Kingsmen, who have scored 3 runs. Looking for a couple more. 3-2 pitch from Dunlap to McNeil. It's outside, and the bases are loaded for Brady Yarborough.
Well, now you're entering the dangerous part of the lineup. Those 2, 3, and 4 hitters. You got Brady coming in right now. Of course, Riley Darby, he's salivating on deck, and Alan Benhart just looking for a chance to come up and hit again. He's the guy to start at the inning.
Looks like we're going to see a mound visit here for Catawba Valley in the second. A couple new baseballs being handed to the on-deck hitter to eventually exchange with the home plate umpire. But you're right, it just gets ever more dangerous as we work through the meat of this Kingsman order. The Kingsmen started it with the 4-hitter, worked all the way through the bottom, and the only hitter to be retired was Tristan Harless, who hit a sac fly. He drove in a run.
Yeah.
I think the Kingsmen will take that trade, a run for an out. Catawba
Absolutely.
Valley needs to find an out, and I think at this point, given the fact that the bases are loaded, they'll trade a run for an out if they can get one from Yarborough. We'll see if the Kingsmen's average leader gives them that opportunity.
No time like the present.
Yarborough was hit by a pitch his first time. It's been 3 hit by pitches and a walk for Dunlap. Yarborough hits it down the left field line, looking, and that ball may have been trapped, and it was. The base umpire says it was trapped by the left fielder, who secured it in his glove, but it's down for a base hit, as the left fielder Wrigley Strong made a heck of an effort, but could not quite make the tough catch. So it's 4-0 on the RBI single.
Well, I'll tell you something. He doesn't trap it. It goes to the wall, and more than one run comes in.
Baseman number 34, Riley Darby.
So Strong maybe saving a couple more runs there. And now Riley Darby takes ball 1. The second inning has been quite fruitful for the Kingsmen offense. Bisbano in the dugout has got to be loving what he is seeing. 1-0 pitch, inside corner strike, make it 1-1. Kingsmen will have batted around the order after Darby is done hitting. Alan Benhart, who started it off with a double, waits on deck. Darby grounds it toward first. The second baseman is unable to get there. It's into right field. 1 run scores. McNeil around third, coming to the plate, and he scores. Standing up, it's a half dozen. We've said that a couple times already this season. A half dozen runs for the Kingsmen here in the second inning.
Well, when it rains, it pours. We said it earlier.
Now batting first baseman number 20, Alan Benhart.
It helps that McNeil was the one on second base. He was able to get around third and score ahead of the throw from the right fielder Steele. Now Benhart drives it down the line. That is a fair ball. Down the line toward the corner. It's knocked down by Steele, but he didn't have it cleanly. 1 run scores. It's the second double of the inning for Alan Benhart. Well, and the Kingsmen just keep on going.
I was going to say, same way he started it.
First pitch swinging, he's feeling good.
Left fielder number 10, Josh Jackson.
So now you got Darby camped out at third. It's a 7-0 Kingsman lead. Big inning. And Dunlap just looked at his dugout like, is somebody going to help me here?
Dunlap reaching close to 50 now as Jackson comes back to the plate. He was hit by a pitch earlier on in this frame, and he grounds the ball through the left side of the infield on the first pitch he sees.
This is batting practice.
They'll hold Benhart at third, and it is indeed as the Kingsmen grab their, let's see, I'll count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th hit of this second inning.
Yeah, and there's been no errors.
That's impressive in of itself. The Kingsmen have been able to do this primarily without help from the defense.
That's right.
So make that 8 for the Kingsmen. Here's Ritzema. He swings at the first pitch, hits it out to left. Benhart tagging from third. He's going to come to the plate. The throw comes in from Strong. It's cut off. And the second out of the inning comes on the second sacrifice fly of the inning. Both hit out to left field.
And he'll take that RBI. You betcha.
Now batting number 16, Tristan Harless.
So that'll certainly help the Kingsmen in their hopes to wrap this one up in 7 innings. As they've now picked Jackson off first. Throw down to second is in time, and the inning ends without a pitch to Harless. So he'll lead off the next inning after the Kingsmen swung at the first pitch on 4 of the last 5 hitters to the plate. They score 9 in total, and we'll be back for the 3rd inning when we return on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Top of the 3rd here in York, South Carolina. York Comprehensive High School decided today's Kingsmen baseball contest between the Kingsmen and the Catawba Valley Stars. The Kingsmen will be happy with the way this one's gone so far. 9-0 against Catawba Valley, a 9 spot in that last 2nd inning. The Kingsmen were unhappy with the way the game went yesterday. I was talking to Coach Hudak. You can see those post-game comments up on the YouTube channel right now, or at least wait until we're done here. But he was not all that pleased, of course, as I could imagine, and I'm sure he'll be much more pleased with how the first 2 innings have gone here today.
Well, one thing I can tell you, my friend of over 25 years, he does not like to lose, whether it's collegiately or with this or I think life in general. I mean, and he knows how to build a winner.
He'll certainly be looking to get back into the win column here this evening in York. The Kingsmen are up 9-0 here in the top of the 3rd. It is 8-9-1 for Catawba Valley in the top of the 3rd inning. Bisbano back into the windup. First pitch, high for a ball. Bisbano at just 31 pitches after 2. His 1-0 pitch to the leadoff man here is low, and he is behind in the count. Facing Jericho Morris-Johns, who is the first baseman for Catawba Valley. (2-0). 3 in a row off the plate to start the 3rd for the Kingsmen. I'll tell you one thing they cannot do right after scoring all those runs is to allow Catawba back into this game without earning it. You got to make sure the ball's over the plate, force these hitters to carve into the deficit themselves. Meanwhile, 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike. So Bisbano finds the zone for the first time. (3-1) offering. Bisbano sees the ground ball hit sharply but foul, third base side, in between the dugout and the third base bag. So the count runs full. Bisbano trying to climb all the way back here after falling behind 3-0. Full count offering. Bisbano looking for the first out of the inning. 3-2. Popped up, foul, out of play. Has retired 5 of the 7 hitters that he's seen so far. One of those outs was a caught stealing. 3-2. Oh, that's a beauty of a curveball, and he doesn't get the call. Where in the world did that miss?
You hear Joe Hudak to our right.
And if you couldn't hear him from home, he said, hey, you gave up on that pitch. That was a curveball that started high. And when he says that, he means the umpire saw that pitch starting high up above the zone and did not give it a chance. He had the call made up in his mind. That ball looked like it got plenty of the zone on the way down. That's a strike. And we'll see how that affects proceedings here in the top of the third inning. That's the difference between a runner on first base and a strikeout for out number 1. It's 0-1 now to Jalen Williams, who takes ball 1 in the dirt.
Kingsman infield poised for a double play.
One. Line drive, opposite field, hooking toward the corner, and it is foul. Missed the foul line by about 10 feet in the end, but it was pretty well hit to the left field side. Josh Jackson playing a little bit over toward left center against the left-handed hitting Jalen Williams, so he would have had a long way to go had that one stayed fair. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Bisbano once again looking for the strikeout for his first out of the inning with the top of the order looming. 1-2. Fastball, blew it by him. Strike 3.
Big.
No doubt about that one.
Big out. Third strikeout of the night, too, for Aiden.
The first 2 came as the third out of both the first and second innings. This time he gets the first out here in the third with a fastball that gave Williams no chance up and in. So now it's Antamore back up, the second baseman lined out to Benhart to begin this game about an hour ago as we approach 7:30. Outside corner breaking ball, clipped the zone, and it is 0-1. A 1 pitch, and that is away. Ritzma could not corral it, and it'll allow the runner to move to second on the wild pitch.
Well, that comes back to what you were saying. You don't want to give these guys an opportunity.
Foul ball, and it is now 1-2. So after surrendering the leadoff walk, Bisbano trying to get back on track here. He got the strikeout to Williams. Now has 2 strikes on Antamore. Looking to retire him for the second time in as many tries. 1-2. There's a half swing, grounded right to Benhart at first. Allen taps the bag, and 2 are out here in the third inning. It's about as easy of a play as Tex will get today.
The runner was able to advance from second down to third was Jericho because of the high hop.
So Jericho Morris-Johns is on third base. Creaky's up with 2 down, so not much wiggle room if they want to score. The runner who got on with that leadoff walk. Kingsmen put up a crooked number in the bottom of the second, trying to put up another 0 defensively here in the third. First pitch to Creaky is high for ball 1. Bisbano started him with a ball high last time, but then got Creaky to fly out to left field. That was Josh Jackson that made the catch for the second out of that 1-2-3 first inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Bisbano lifts the leg, comes home, misses outside, 2-0. In the bottom of the third, we'll see Harless, Anders, and Lazari. 7, 8, and 9 for the Kingsmen. (2-0). And that is ball 3. Bisbano having trouble with the zone. Did not have a single walk in his first start of the season. It was 8 strikeouts, no walks. Today he has walked 2, but he struck out 3. 3-0 pitch. And that is a 4-pitch walk. That is the second walk of the inning and his third overall.
Now batting at third baseman, number 20, Michael Good.
9-0, the Kingsmen lead. Sunshine still out and about here at York Comprehensive High School. Sunny, sunny, sunny day, although there was some scattered rain, I know, down in Rock Hill. But it has not, at least yet, touched us up here in York. Blue skies as far as you can see, with a couple of small clouds here and there. Corners with 2 away, breaking ball low and away for ball number 1 to Michael Good, who Bisbano struck out his first strikeout of the game. That was back in the first. One and 0. Runner starts for second, but thinks better of it, and the fastball's in there to make it 1-1. A ball and a strike. Bisbano throws home and dots the corner of the zone with the breaking ball. Makes that 1-2. That's maybe the best one of those breaking balls that we have seen from him today. Now, if Good sees another one of those, he'll have to get the bat around. 2 strikes, open stance from the right-handed hitter. He resets the bat, brings it high once more. Bisbano checks on first and throws that direction. There's again a throw to first. Still 2 strikes on Good. Bisbano trying to get out of the third inning without a run. That's a good chase pitch, but the hitter lays off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Balls and 2 strikes now. 2 outs. Runner takes off for second. Swing and a miss. And it won't matter. A strikeout to end the inning. And Bisbano works through a tough third that he was certainly not given any favors. He gets out of it himself. And we head to the bottom half. We'll be right back here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network as the Kingsmen come back to the plate.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
Home half of the third inning here in York, South Carolina. Griffin Leonard here with you with Stephen Stone as the Kingsmen, after dropping a game last night, trying to come right back, and they've certainly put themselves in a good position to do that. Up 9-0 as we go bottom three. Final home game of the week. The Kingsmen were supposed to play on Friday, as Stephen alluded to an inning or two ago. They were supposed to host the Augusta Clutch for the second time in 3 games, but that game ended up canceled. So Friday night an off day for the Kingsmen. They'll have both tomorrow and Friday off. No practices currently scheduled. Saturday, the team will get on the bus and head down to Lexington. I think they'll stop in Rock Hill for some food and then head down to Lexington, take on the Glowfish in the final game of the week. That's an opponent the Kingsmen will feel good about facing as they head into town. 7-8-9 for the Kingsmen. Tristan Harless is the leadoff man. It is a new pitcher on the mound for Catawba Valley. Going to get that number for you. It is Jackson Hatfield, the Bluefield State University freshman.
Leading off for the Kingsmen, number 16, Tristan Harless. Now pitching for the Stars, number 3, Jackson Hatfield.
So Hatfield comes in to pitch. Just 2 innings for the lefty Dunlap, and I guess they can't argue with that much after the second inning that the Kingsmen had offensively. There's a ball that just misses the corner of the zone, so it's 1-0 to start the bottom of the third inning. The Kingsmen up 9-0, highest single-digit lead they can have. They'll look to push it over into double digits with some successful offense here in the third. 2-0. And now 3 balls and no strikes. So not the greatest start out of the bullpen for Hatfield. Three balls and no strikes. Leadoff man here in the bottom of the third. The pitch. And it's in the strike zone for the first time. Hatfield pitching against Harless. Tristan Harless yet to register an at-bat in today's game because he had a sacrifice fly his first time, but there's nobody on here. He hits a fly ball that's foul to the third base side, and now it's 3-2. Full count pitch coming up here, Hatfield to Harless with Davis Anders on deck. Hatfield out of the windup. His 3-2 pitch is low. That's a good take from Tristan, and he's on here to start the third. The Academy man walks for the first time, and he's on first as the leadoff man.
Now batting, number 27, Davis Anders.
Davis Anders had a good first at-bat. He doubled into left center field. That was a 2-strike swing that he punched into the gap. He'll be looking for his second hit of the game. He started yesterday with a hit in his first at-bat. Takes a big cut at that one and comes up empty, so it's 0-1. There's a tapper back toward the mound. The throw goes to second base for the lead runner. Anders reaches first on the fielder's choice, but Harless out at second base for out number 1.
Now batting, number 7, Gino Lazzari.
One out here in the bottom of the third, and Gino Lazzari pokes the first pitch to second. Chance for two. They flip underhand for one. On to first, not in time. Back-to-back fielders' choices here in the bottom of the third inning. Lazzari now on base with two gone.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 1, Caden McNeil.
Caden McNeil up at the top of the order, third time around now for the Kingsmen after they had that big second inning, but the third has not been quite as productive. Still time to change that. They've got a base runner, and they've got the top of the order coming around. McNeil backs out of the way of ball one. Kingsmen this season are slated to take on Catawba Valley 4 times in total, including tonight. Next matchup with the Stars will be 9 days from now, Friday the 19th. McNeil punches that to short, fielded cleanly, throw is high toward first, and it is in time to get McNeil, who runs well, and Preston Hudak and Joe Hudak both staring down the base umpire, as I believe neither one of them liked that call very much. Third inning over. We'll go to the fourth and be back right here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Like we'll still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
There's always time in the morning, always time at night. Always time for simple pleasure, sunshine and moonlight. Always time for refreshment when you're on the run. And when it's time for fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola.
Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola.
Kingsmen do not play to run in the third, but they come back out to the field in the fourth, looking to retire 4, 5, and 6, who, out of anyone in the order, probably gave Bisbano the most trouble the first time through. A single, a walk, and a hard line out to center for the 3 hitters that are due up here. Jackson Steele, Walker Hartley, and Wrigley Strong hitting against Bisbano, who's at 56 pitches through 3 innings. He'll need to keep that pitch count down if he wants to pitch deep into this ball game. Ritzma calling down for a throw to second base, and then we'll get this inning started. It's going to be Steele who singled, then Hartley who walked. Strong had that line out that was cut on the dive by McNeil, and then if Catawba Valley can get things going, it would be Finch, Morris Johns, and then Williams. Ritzma's throw down to second looking good. He's already thrown out a runner here today. Has been mesmerizing behind the plate for the Kingsmen this summer.
Leading off the Stars on top of the fourth, number 14, Jackson Steele.
So the round 2 card gets held up here as we start the fourth between number 14 and number 14. Jackson Steele steps in 1-for-1 against the Kingsmen's number 14, Bisbano. The right-hander working out of the windup with nobody out. Here's the first pitch of the fourth. Fastball right down the middle, swung on and missed. It's 0-1. A 1 offering from Bisbano. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. That's a beauty. Chased him out of the zone, and it's now 0-2.
Well, Steele has the lone hit for the Stars.
They've had 4 base runners in total. But you're right, only the one single, and he's not going to get another hit here. He strikes out on the inside fastball. That's a 3-pitch strikeout by Aiden Bisbano. Strikes out Steele for out number 1 here in the 4th.
Now batting number 15, Walker Hartley.
So here comes Hartley. Hartley walked and was stranded. The base runner stranded on in the 2nd inning. Bisbano, hot hand on the mound, throws a first pitch just off the corner. It's 1-0. Always happy to have Kingsman Baseball on the air for you, wherever you may be joining us. Thanks for spending your time with us tonight. 1-0 pitch, a foul ball. It's now 1-1. Got players from 2 different countries outside of the U.S., so I would imagine our viewership probably extends quite handsomely as well. Not just here in the Carolina area, so we appreciate you spending some time with us, no matter which time zone you're in or what state you're in. Supporting Kingsman Baseball nonetheless. 2 straight foul balls from Bisbano to Hartley, so it's now 1-2. Bisbano started this inning with a strikeout, his 2nd straight inning getting the first out with a K. He has not yet had back-to-back strikeouts in this ball game. He'll take an extra second before throwing the 1-2 pitch. Strikeout numbers continue to be added up. He's got 5 already through 3 1/3, looking for his 6th K of the game here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch from the right-hander is low, taken for ball 2. Here comes Coach Joe Hudak. Bisbano at 63 pitches through 3 1/3. What do you think of the mound visit with 2 strikes on a hitter?
Well, it does a couple of things, and we can't see the Kingsman bullpen, so I'm guessing there's somebody loosening up there. So, number 1, it gets your guy in the bullpen some extra time. Number 2, it also gives your pitcher a chance to kind of regroup and settle down a little bit. And what's more, with Joe Hudak, who was once upon a time a pitching coach, there are little things that he notices in a pitcher's mechanics, and he'll call it to their attention right away, and it will usually yield some good dividends.
So we'll see if any micro adjustments are made here by Bisbano or Ritzema. Trying to get Hartley here for out number 2. And the ball put back into play. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Bisbano. Hard foul ball hit toward the parking lot, left-hand side. Two balls and 2 strikes, 1 away. Couple of foul balls in a row. Here's Bisbano's next pitch. And that rang him up on the inside corner. Snuck it inside, 2 down. He froze Hartley.
That's 3 in a row that he has struck out.
Wrigley strong the next to hit. This time he'll be hitting with 2 away instead of the previous 2 hitters both finding a way aboard. Bisbano's done a lot better with this segment of the order than the last time. First pitch. Breaking ball popped up, and it's 0-1. Bisbano has had excellent command of his spinner in addition to the fastball. That has contributed to his success there out on the mound here this evening. 0-1 delivery. Fastball poked toward third. Gino Lazzari with his first play of the day throws sidearm to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Kingsmen in the 4th. They'll hit when we return. Stephen Stone will take it for a couple of innings. I'll be back later. Stephen, it's yours when we get back. Kingsman Baseball returns after this on the Kingsman Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Ow, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
It's always good to let that finish. Well, the Kingsmen cruising right along, enjoying a 9-0 lead on 6 hits. No errors, and they've only stranded one man tonight. They'll send Brady Yarborough up, Riley Darby, and Alan Benhart to face Jackson Hatfield, who enters his second inning of relief work. So Kingsmen, after last night's 7-3 loss, looking to get back in that win column, maybe begin a new streak before we have Friday night off and then head down to Lexington County, South Carolina, just a little bit west of Columbia, our state capital, for a Saturday night matchup with the Lexington County Glowfish. So Brady Yarborough prepares to step in. Brady, who singled and scored back in the second, was hit by a pitch in the first, is 1-for-1 officially tonight. Austin Dunlap, who went 2 innings tonight for the Stars, giving up 9 runs, 8 of which were earned on 6 hits, walked 2 and struck out none, and a strike 1 to Brady Yarborough. Hatfield looking in, taking his time. Now deals outside, 1-1 the count. On deck is Riley Darby. He'll be followed by Alan Benhart here, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the home half of the fourth. Kingsman with a 9-0 lead. It's popped out to right center field and hanging up there long enough for Williams to get over from center for the first out. Excuse me. So 1 up, 1 gone here in the home half of the fourth, and that'll bring on Riley Darby.
Now batting number 34, Riley Darby.
Riley's having a pretty good night. He hit into a 4-3 inning-ending double play back in the first, but then singled, scored, and drove in a pair of runs in the second. Left-hand hitter steps in to face the right-hander Hatfield. The pitch, called strike. Strike 2. Oh, 2 the count. Jackson Hatfield looks in. Here's the 0-2. Low for a ball. Tried to get him to chase. He did not go. 2-1 offering on the way. Outside corner, called strike. Gets away from the catcher, but he'll toss down the first for the second out of the inning. And with 2 outs and nobody on, here's Alan Benhart, who is doubled twice tonight, driven in a run, and scored twice.
Number 20, Alan
Benhart.
So Benhart steps in. Left-hand hitter steps in, takes ball one outside. On deck, Josh Jackson, so we reach the heart of the order. Benhart, the number 4 hitter. 1-0 offering on the way from Hatfield is high and away for a ball, 2-0. He's being very careful with Benhart. High and away, 3-0. Nobody on, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Kingsmen with a 9-0 lead. Hatfield looks in, sets at the belt. 3-0 offering. He's got to throw a strike, and he does. Down the heart of the plate. A little high from here, but that's from here. 3-1 offering coming up. Fly ball, center fielder coming over, second baseman going back, and it's going to drop between them all in the Bermuda Triangle there at right center field for a 2-out single. So let's welcome Josh Jackson back up to the plate as Josh has been hit by a pitch, scored, single, drove in a run. Runner will be held at first base by the first baseman Johns. Right on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. Slap foul out of play, first base side, 0-2 the count. Kingsman with 7 hits tonight so far in this one. (0-2) offering on the way. There goes the runner down to second. He'll make it as it's a wild pitch. 1-2 the count. Slap foul out of play, first base side. Count will hold. And a ball and 2 strikes. We have some softball going on in the field behind us, off to our left. It's high and tight, 2-2. Mason Ritzma waiting on deck, the catcher tonight for the Kingsmen. Hatfield takes his time, pops him up. Center fielder calling for it and should make the play in shallow left center, and does. So Kingsmen cannot get one across here. They strand a man out there at second base. We have played a total of 4 innings now. Kingsmen enjoying a 9-0 lead here on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen baseball.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course, that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
Well, off to the top of the fifth inning we go. It'll be Kai Finch, Jericho Johns, and Jalen Williams, 7, 8, and 9 hitters, to face Aiden Bisbano here as we go to the top of the fifth. Kingsmen enjoying that 9-0 lead. Kingsmen will be back in action this Saturday night. 6:45 pregame, 7:05 first pitch from Lexington County as we travel down to face the Glowfish for a second time in as many weeks. Only one hit so far tonight for the Catawba Valley Stars, and they weren't able to do anything with it. They've only stranded 3, so it's not like they've had that many opportunities out there.
One of the few opportunities that they have had, Stephen, Bisbano and company have done pretty well to negate them. So credit where credit is due. Obviously, Bisbano's done a good job of limiting the opportunities Catawba's had to even get on the board, but his defense has picked him up in the times when it's been necessary.
Put out the fire. So Finch steps in. He struck out looking to end the second. Bisbano deals, and that's going to be grounded right back to him. The comebacker, underhand toss to first. 1 pitch, 1 up, 1 out. And here's Jericho Johns.
Now batting number 25, Jericho Johns.
I would be willing to bet, based on the sound that bat made when the ball made contact, that the batter might need a little bit of some new lumber the next time he comes to the plate. That sounded like the bat did not survive that at bat.
Jericho steps in, and he looks at the ball high and tight. 1-0 the count. Called strike at the knees. 1-1 the count.
It's the hot one up in the booth today.
It is. Every day. Strike on the outside corner, and yet this used to be a very cold booth when the air conditioner was working. We used to have to put something over top of this grate down here between us.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That's how cool it got.
I look forward to those days if they ever come.
We need to call Steve Boyd. He's still the AD here at York.
I couldn't tell you.
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay.
I'll call Steve Boyd, the AD here at York.
Let me know how that goes.
And, I haven't talked to Steve, or Dr. Steve Boyd, actually. Good friend of us. 2-2 the count. Well, that just missed upstairs. Full count.
Decent looking pitch.
Yeah, it was. That's not the first one of those tonight that looked good that didn't go that way. But it is what it is. Full count, 3-2 payoff pitch on the way from Aiden Bisbano to Jericho Johns. Sets it to belt, the pitch. Fouls it right in front of the plate.
Morris Johns looked a little, I guess, unsure of himself trying to swing at that pitch.
Yeah, had him a little twisted around there.
It's a nice defensive hack on a 3-2.
The payoff again. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 outs in the inning, and here comes the number 9 man, Jalen Williams.
Now batting number 23, Jalen Williams.
Bisbano was 7 strikeouts tonight, has walked only 3, and has given up 1 hit.
15 strikeouts in 2 games is nothing to scoff at.
No, sir. So left-hand hitting Williams steps in. The pitch inside for a ball.
The next closest on the team in strikeouts is Ben France, or rather, actually, it's Micah Irving who pitched opening night. Nobody else is within 6 strikeouts from where Bisbano is currently.
Ball 2. Nobody on, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th. It's upstairs, ball 3. Expect a visit from Coach Joe here momentarily.
Unless he can get it back over the plate.
I'm just feeling it.
It's up to 78 pitches now.
Yes,
on my
sir.
count.
3-0 offering. Came back with a strike down the heart of the plate. Williams went down swinging back into third. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count.
It's now 80 for Bisbano. He's no stranger to high pitch counts. He threw 89 pitches over 4 2/3 in his last start. Trying to go an even 5 here and a few less.
Got him. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. A 1-2-3 inning. It doesn't have to be pretty to go in the column. So, Kingsmen will come up in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Mason Ritzma, Tristan Harless, and Davis Anders as we continue on the Kingsmen Baseball Network with a 9-0 lead over the Catawba Valley Stars.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
Let's kick back for the moment. Toss all your worries in the air, 'cause you forget them when you're there. Let's go out back tonight.
Let go of the day. Go out back tonight. But the steak is thick and juicy. The shrimp is grilled and sweet. The chicken, tender. Your only worry is which to choose.
Let's go out back tonight.
Tonight, let go.
Life will still be there tomorrow.
Go out back.
Well, here we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mason Ritzma will start things off for the Kingsmen as Jason Hatfield enters his 3rd inning of relief work for the Catawba Valley Stars. It'll be interesting to see how much longer Aiden Bisbano stays around, but with a 9-run lead and only 80 pitches.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to get any more than one more if he does come back out. Bisbano is, he's done playing college ball. He's hoping to play somewhere next year. Just not sure what that's going to look like yet. But the higher level you go, the more pitches you're going to be expected to pitch.
Right.
And the more innings you're going to be expected to pitch as a starting pitcher. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Bisbano at least start the 6th. But we'll see how Coach Hudak plays it. Of course, if the Kingsmen can score one more run over the next couple of innings, then the Kingsmen would only need to get through the 7th and the game would be over if they can hold the Catawba Valley Stars from getting on the scoreboard. So we'll see what the offense can do to perhaps help the case of the Mount Olive graduate.
Well, here we go. Ritzma steps in, left-hand side of the dish. He skies it just behind second base, and the second baseman will go back into the outfield grass and make the put out for the first out. First pitch, first out, first batter. Here is Tristan Harless.
Now batting number 16, Tristan Harless.
There's the ball in the dirt. You ever been to West Virginia?
I've driven through it. I've driven a couple times back when I was at Ball State, coming back and forth between here. I drive through there on the way back.
Well, then you do know that there are parts of it that are heaven. There's a blue single in the left center field for a one-out base runner for the Kingsmen.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Well, my mom's from Martinsburg, West Virginia. So is my news partner, Tyler Cupp, who's a good friend of Seth also.
Davis Sanders.
In fact, those are the only two people I've ever met from Martinsburg, my mother and Tyler. But yeah, Charleston's nice.
Are you familiar with Elkview?
I've been through it.
Okay, that's where Harless is from. And I'm not sure if that's heaven or not. I guess I'd have to ask him.
It's a pretty state. Roads leave a little to be desired.
Oh, boy. Stay fair.
And it does. Nope, does not.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was close to the first home run we've seen for the Kingsmen this season. Wonder how Anders approaches the rest of the at-bat after hitting the ball probably 375 feet.
Aggressive. Throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base. So Kingsman put a runner in scoring position.
And there's Tristan Harless with his first stolen base of the season.
There it is. We were expecting it.
I said I'd give him through the week.
No.
He took all of 5 innings.
That's it.
I appreciate the desire to do well.
That's right. Very good lead there at second also. He's thinking about third. And there's a gapper coming on the run, however, as it hangs up long enough for the left fielder Strong to make the grab, knee high. And with 2 outs, that'll bring us to Gino Lazzari.
Now batting number 7.
There's another good swing from
Gino
Anders. Of
Lazzari.
course, he crushed that first pitch foul ball, but that time it was a little on the end of the bat, and then as you mentioned, yeah, it hung up just enough for Strong to chase it down in left field.
Well, Gino tonight has walked, scored a run, and hit into a fielder's choice, so has not had an official bat yet. And now he has, there's a gapper. That's going to get run number 10 in as it drops in. He'll take a turn at first and be happy with an RBI single as the throw goes over the head of the cutoff man, but is backed up by the third baseman. And the Kingsmen take a 10-0 lead on the RBI single by Gino Lazzari, and back to the top of the order we go as Harless comes around from second. And Caden McNeil will step in. Caden tonight has walked, scored a run, grounded out to the shortstop, and popped up to the shortstop. 0 for 2. Well, he He shows bunt and lays down a nice one, but it goes foul. They weren't expecting that. On deck, Brady Yarborough. So Kingsmen, who had that 4-game win streak to start the season, snapped last night by a score of 7-3. Just looking to start a new one here tonight, leading 10-0 in the 5th.
6 outs away from a win.
That's right. Throw over to first is not in time. Showed bunt again and fouled it off. Runner was on the move. 0-2 the count.
And that's bold of McNeil to try to drag again after the third baseman, as well as the rest of the infield, saw that he tried to do so on the first pitch. But if you're McNeil, you have to at least get one of the two into fair territory.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're behind 0-2, and at least the control of the at-bat has been taken out of his hands.
Hatfield sets at the belt, checks the runner at first, comes to the plate, outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Hatfield now at 37 pitches himself. He entered the game back in the third. Throw over to first, not in time. Shakes his runner, now goes through pitch out, throw down to second is high, and he is out. Wow. He had to go up and climb a ladder to bring that throw down and still got the runner. Very interesting. But a run, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left for the Kingsmen. We've played 5. They enjoy a 10-0 lead on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. Distributed by Rockville Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
Stephen Stone with Griffin Leonard. Set thieves here. We go to the top of the 6th inning and the top of the order for the Catawba Valley Stars. Ethan Ardner, we've got Bernard Quickie and Michael Good due up this inning to face Aiden Bisbano, who's back for work here in the 6th.
Yeah, we'll see if Bisbano gets through this whole 6th or if they just start him and then go to the pen at some point. The Kingsmen, as I mentioned last inning, are now 6 outs away from a win. So if Bisbano can get half of those, that would be obviously outstanding. I can't imagine he'll throw much more than 15 to 20 pitches in this inning before he eventually gets yanked. But if he can keep the pitch count down, get a couple quick outs, then Hudak very well might let him ride through the 6th.
That would be good.
Got to face the top of the order, though, so it does get a little tougher.
Well, here is Ethan Antonore. Hayden looks in, kicks and deals. Upstairs for a ball.
It's also worth noting that, though, the top of the order has to be dealt with, they are a combined 0 for 5, the first 3 hitters in the order.
Comebacker. Throw to first. And 1 out. That was almost a... go ahead.
I was just going to say it was nice and casual from Bisbano. He fielded it, tossed it up with his glove to his bare hand, and then gave it a little lollipop down to first base. He's having some fun out there.
Well, here's Bernard Creaky, who has had anything but fun tonight, has walked and flown out to left field. 0 for 1 officially. Creaky, right-hand hitter, steps in. Slaps that out to right field, and should be a nice diving grab by Tristan Harless. Well, I tell you, this guy's impressing me. I like him.
Yeah, that's a nice play from Harless. Granted, it probably should have been a little easier because he took a step back before charging in on it, but it was an excellent adjustment by the West Virginia native right fielder, and he made a great catch out there for the second out of the inning.
So here's Michael Good, who has struck out twice tonight. Once swinging to end the first, once looking to end the first, once swinging to end the third, and there's a ball. 1-0 the count, nobody on, 2 outs. We're in the top of the 6th. Kingsmen with a 10-0 lead. Ground ball, third baseman is up with it. Lazario over to first, and that's the inning. Kingsmen will come up in the home half of the 6th, and they will bring with them, as soon as I get my screen to come back around, thank you. This computer has been fits all night. And Griffin, I may still throw it out the window. It'll be the top of the order when we return. Caden McNeil, Brady Yarborough, and Riley Darby.
Just to throw one thing in here before we go to break, we talked about Bisbano trying to get out of the inning quickly. 5 pitches. Not too bad.
All right, so do we see him for the 7th?
We'll see. We'll see. Not our decision.
No, it's not. No. We're not even going to get asked what we think about it. We're going to step aside, pay bills, and come back after this on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball, where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball.
Well, the home half of the 6th inning, Caden McNeil, Brady Yarborough, and Riley Darby, as promised, the top of the order to face Jackson Hatfield, who came in back in the 3rd and has been on the scene since for the Catawba Valley Stars. Joe Hudak in a happier mood tonight, chatting with all the fans. He was chatting with the ones along the first baseline. Now he's talking what's behind home plate.
Yeah, he's talking with Coach Osborne's parents. They're in town from Pennsylvania.
For the Kingsmen in the bottom of the 6th, number 1, Caden McNeil.
And as I have mentioned a couple of times, Coach Oz and I live with each other, so I got the opportunity to meet them this morning when they first got in.
Great. Well, here's Caden McNeil. Caden today has popped up to the shortstop, walked, scored a run, and grounded out to short. He was at bat when the inning ended last inning. He'll look at a ball high, 1-0 the count. Well, yeah, we're going to have a meeting on the mound and see what transpires here. Well, he's taking the ball, so we're going to have a change. We'll step aside, come back. We'll close the book on Jackson Hatfield and talk about our new pitcher after this on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Welcome to Substation 2. Why did you slap me?
For being fresh.
I wasn't being fresh.
No, your sandwich is so fresh.
Well, we do slice everything fresh to order.
Now, what can I have for dessert?
No, now look who's being fresh. Oh, okay, I deserve that one. This is Charlie Ruffalo. Everything we do is fresh, fresh, fresh. Our bread is fresh out of the oven. Our meats and cheeses are cut fresh right in front of your eyes. We garden each sandwich just the way you tell us across the counter. That's why we're the best. Substation 2, Cherry Road, across from Winthrop.
This is Scott Davis with Northside Baptist Church, and I'd like to share why we're honored to support Kingsmen Baseball, especially in light of a culture that produces young men capable of unthinkable violence and incredible apathy. It's so encouraging to help an organization that teaches young men character through the great game of baseball. Add to that our shared convictions that the surest way to success and significance is through a living relationship with Jesus Christ, and you've got a winning combination on the baseball diamond, in the boardroom, or wherever God calls these young men.
So to the bullpen go the Catawba Valley Stars. They'll bring on Abram Treats, Treats, to be their third pitcher of the night. Jackson Hatfield works 3 innings tonight, gives up 1 run that was earned on 3 hits. He walks 1, strikes out 1. But the man on the hook for the loss is Austin Dunlap, the Stars' starter.
Yeah, 9 earned on just 6 hits is tough, but the Kingsmen got timely hits, and that was a big second inning.
Mm-hmm.
Dunlap's going to need his offense to turn this around if he's going to avoid getting the loss tonight.
Well, McNeil steps in, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Treats pulled the string on that one. It's a little high for a ball. 2-1 the count.
McNeil still looking for his first hit today.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 the count. On deck, Brady Yarborough. It's outside. 3-2, full count. Lights are on here in York. That's outside, ball 4. Leadoff man is aboard, and that'll bring up Brady Yarborough. Brady has singled, scored a run, been hit by a pitch, and flown out to right center field. 1 for 2 tonight officially. Good lead at first by McNeil, and he's got some speed. It's a pop foul. First baseman, catcher, both giving chase, and just ran out of real estate as the catcher collided with the fence there, Kai Finch.
He looks like he's all right. I was talking to Yarborough right after his last at-bat. He flew out to right field. When we had switched over, I went down to the dugout and took in the view from down there, talked to a couple of the guys about how the game was going, and Yarborough wanted to know if I was in the dugout when he had flown out, and I said I wasn't. I was on my way down at that point, and he wanted to make sure, he wanted to make sure that I hadn't jinxed him by being in a different spot. So I'm going to stay up here this time.
Okay.
And hopefully the next ball he hits goes that way and not closer to us.
Or through our open windows, high and tight for a ball.
My glove's in my car, Steven. I would rather not get tested with the bare hand here.
No. Swing and a miss. Yeah, that one got away, and everybody just kind of stood around and waited. Now McNeil will jog down to second.
Yeah, I think McNeil thought it was fouled off.
I did too, actually.
But he'll advance on a wild pitch, or rather, I guess, a pass ball.
One-two offering coming up to Brady Yarborough. It's outside, 2-2.
Of course, the Kingsmen are up 10 right now, but they wouldn't mind an insurance run or two.
Sure.
You go to the 7th needing 3 outs. If you can grab one more run, then you've at least got some wiggle room should Catawba Valley get things going late.
Abram Treats takes his time. Off-speed breaking ball misses, full count.
Yeah, that's a good take from Yarbs.
Runner at second. First base is open. Nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Treats checks the runner at second, gives him a long look. That's foul, out of play, first base side. We'll do it again. One on, nobody out. Full count to Brady Yarborough with Riley Darby waiting on deck. Got the corner, and he is out. And he knew it, too. He started walking to the dugout before the umpire even got his hand up. One out of the inning. Here is Riley Darby, who has struck out swinging tonight. Singled, scored a run, driven in a pair,
Now batting.
and hit into an inning-ending double play in the first. Riley, left-hand hitter, steps in with one out and a runner on second. Abram Treats, the third pitcher of the night for Catawba Valley. Serves up foul ball, strike one. Kingsmen are back in action Saturday night, 6:45 pregame, 7:05 first pitch from Lexington County Stadium in Lexington, South Carolina, as we go to visit the Glowfish for the second time in as many weeks. Now backing out is Darby. 0-1 the count to him. There goes the runner down to third. The throw is not in time. Stolen base. And that's what we talked about with the speed of Caden McNeil.
Yeah, that's his 7th so far in this summer season.
Showing off that speed. 1-1 the count. The pitch. Popped him up. Foul territory. Catcher gives chase again, but that will drop just in front of the screen.
I'll tell you, you know what came into play on that foul ball was the fact that the catcher Finch had run into the fence 2 batters ago. That ball landed in play and it was catchable. He slowed up early because that happened 5 minutes ago. It was in the back of his mind. I can
And as a former high school catcher, yeah.
You can't blame him.
No.
You can't blame him at all.
Because when you're moving for a ball like that that's up and you're looking up, you're not looking ahead at where the fence is. Now, there are some catchers that will put a hand out, the throwing hand out, in an attempt to feel the fence before they get to it, but you don't see too many of those guys around. you'll find a catcher just like Finch who will just barrel into the fence. But thought better of it that time, as you say. 1-2 the count. Ground ball, second baseman on his knee, and then comes up with it and throws to first for the out. Runner will stay put at third, and that'll be 2 outs, and that'll bring on the cleanup man, Alan Benhart.
Now batting, number 20, Alan Benhart.
McNeil stays at third. Ananore was in on the grass at second. It's outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Runner 90 feet away at third. That's Caden McNeil. Comebacker up the middle. Shortstop on the move, on the run, and not in time. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And there goes Joe across the line. You don't think he's going to have a roll in the way to dugout?
He's already had a couple of them today.
Well, that'll do it for the Kingsmen in the home half of the sixth. When we return, Catawba Valley Stars quite possibly down to their final 3 outs on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru.
Visit Chick-fil-A on Cherry Road in Rock Hill today. Proud supporter of Kingsmen Baseball. Attention fans, Planet Fitness is proud to team up with Kingsmen Baseball where strength meets sportsmanship. Whether you're hitting home runs or hitting the gym, Planet Fitness has everything you need to stay game day ready. With tons of equipment and memberships starting at just $15 a month, it's the perfect place to stay strong, stay motivated, and stay in the game. Planet Fitness, because we're all strong on this planet. Proud sponsors of Kingsmen Baseball.
Well, Aiden Bisbano, nothing short of masterful this evening, and that's probably an understatement, but he'll give way now to Nick Osborne, who will take over and try to close this thing out.
Number 12, Nick
So,
Osborne.
Nick we saw a few games ago, and he will try to close this thing out. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Michael Good, Jackson Steele, and Walker Hartley. Kingsman looking to get back into that win column. Osborne, right-handed pitcher. As we enter the top of the 7th.
It's cool to see Osborne get the mound here in the 7th, looking for the unofficial save.
Yeah.
Of course, as we mentioned an inning ago, his parents are here in attendance. I'm sure this move was made with that in mind. Of course, they're used to their kid being a coach these days, but they get to see him out on the mound once more.
One more time. And this won't be the last. Strike one, swing and a miss. He had some pop on that ball. Good was the batter when the 6th inning dramatically ended. Looks at a strike at the knees. 0-2. He's in the hole. Jackson Steele waits on deck. Ground ball foul, third base side. We'll do it again. 0-2 the count. The pitch. Got him to reach for one, strikes it out to right field. Should be playable and is a can of corn for Tristan Harless. 1 up, 1 out. And that'll bring on Jackson Steele. Steele tonight is singled and struck out. He's 1 for 2. Left-hand hitter stepping in.
15, Walker Hartley.
Well, take that back. It's Walker Hartley. He'll pop it up. Center fielder will make the play. 2 outs. And it's all down to Wrigley Strong.
That ball was hit a little harder than the first one, but it doesn't matter if the fielder makes the play. So 2 quick outs for Osborne. Now the Kingsmen are out away from the win.
Now batting number 27, Wrigley Strong.
Wrigley steps in. Nick looks in, deals, swing and a miss, strike 1.
And you know his dad's enjoying watching this right now. He's the pitching coach over at Penn State Chenango, where Osborne graduated. He was on their coaching staff this last spring. He's got his hands behind his back right now, taking all this in. He's enjoying every second of it.
Absolutely. That's popped up. That should do it. Shortstop calling for it. Squeezes it, and that is the ball game, my friends. We'll come back. Kingsmen back in the win column, 10-0. We'll wrap it up after this on the Kingsmen Baseball Network.
At Olive Garden, our cheese will make you melt and leave you bubbling with joy. It's what makes our amazing Alfredos, well, amazing. It's the gift in every ravioli and the layer of lasagna you can't live without. Best part is, the cheese keeps coming till you say when. Just like our never-ending first course, that's always on us. Olive Garden, we're all family here.
There's always time in the morning, always time at night. Always time for simple pleasure, sunshine and moonlight. Always time for refreshment when you're on the run. And when it's time for fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola.
Distributed by Rock Hill Coca-Cola.
Well, the Kingsmen back in the win column by a score of 10-0 tonight over the visiting Catawba Valley Stars. And as Griffin mentioned earlier, this is the first of 4 appearances this year between these two teams. So game 1 goes to the Kingsmen. Taking a look at some final numbers. Kingsmen tonight, how about 10 runs on 9 hits, no errors, no runs, a hit, and no errors for the Catawba Valley Stars. So one hitter for Aiden Bisbano, who gets the win. He works 5 2/3, gives up 1 hit, and actually he works 6 innings. Let me correct myself. He goes 6 innings, giving up no runs on 1 hit, walks 3, strikes out 8, gets an inning of relief from Nick Osborne, and of course the loss goes to Austin Dunlap, who went 2 innings, giving up those 9 runs, 8 of which were earned on 6 hits and walking 2. So there you go. Back in the win column. My wife might have been right. It was because I wasn't there last night.
Well, I still want you back on Saturday.
I'm going to be there.
I'd expect nothing less from you.
I'm going to be there. Don't you worry about that. You can pretty much count on me the rest of the way except for when you go to Wilmington. But that's okay. So, Kingsmen put this one in the win column. We hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast. I know you like the outcome of this. Our thanks to Seth Eves, our public announcer, address announcer, and good friend, of course, Griff. I'll look forward to seeing you Saturday night. We'll be in Lexington together.
Likewise.
And Kingsmen will try to make it 2 in a row then. Until then, I'm Stephen Stone from York Comprehensive High School. Good night, everyone.
Fly ball center fielder on the run. He can't get to it. That's going to roll to the wall. It'll be extra bases.
Kingsman Baseball has been brought to you by Substation 2, Cherry Road, Rock Hill, across from Winthrop University. Slice, 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 garden, garden, garden. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. Olive Garden, when you're here, your family. Rock Hill Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Open happiness. Outback Steakhouse. No rules, just right. And by Chick-fil-A. Cherry Road, Rock Hill.
High flying ball, deep left. That thing is smoke. You gotta have a passport to catch that.
Join us next time for Kingsman Baseball here on the Kingsman Baseball Radio Network. Thanks for listening.